Welcome to Accessible Adventures, a channel focused on giving you as much information as we can with your next adventure in Central Florida and beyond. In Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, at the heart of Adventureland, is the Jungle Cruise. This attraction is a water ride that moves along a track hidden beneath the boat. This slow-moving boat will have you exploring the Amazon, the Congo, the Nile, and the Mekong rivers through jungle sceneries and ancient ruins. Each boat is skippered by a cast member. Each skipper has their own style. Some stick to the script, while others add their own flair. Dad jokes and puns are a large part of this ride's narrative. Some skippers will interact with the guests during the boat ride. Participation is encouraged. Please listen to all instructions given to you by the skipper and the cast members when loading and unloading. The boat seats approximately 30 passengers. It is highly likely that members of your party will be seated next to members of another party. There are no height requirements on this ride, although children under the age of 7 must be accompanied by someone 14 or older. No strollers are allowed on this ride. Speak to the cast member if your stroller is your wheelchair. Children and adults must remain seated through the entirety of the ride, which is approximately 10 to 12 minutes in length. When loading and unloading, you will be required to step in and out of the boat. There are 2 steps, and one will become the seat of the last passenger. These steps are approximately 14 inches in height. Seats for this ride look like crates made of faux wood with a polylactic acid plastic finish, giving it a resin-like feel for those truly interested. The floor is a beige colored and it has a rough texture similar to concrete to give the boat a non-slip finish. The boat awning is made of heavy canvas supported by metal rods. Although the skipper pretends to steer the boat runs on a track, but the skipper controls the speed and moving forward and backwards. At times, there will be fairly loud engine noises. This tour offers animatronic animals from the rivers you're visiting. Animals include, but not limited to, a python, African elephants, gorillas, chimpanzees, hippos, crocodiles, wildebeest, hyenas, zebras, lions, a tiger, cobras, and lots of cheeky monkeys. You may hear animal sounds from the African elephant's trumpet, the hyena's laughter, and hippos and chimpanzees, and then there's monkeys making silly sounds. While standing in line, you will hear Captain AWOL giving a narrative as a form of entertainment. The Jungle Cruise lines or queues are separated by metal poles made to look like bamboo, with rope. Please be aware ropes can change depending on crowd size and wait times. The theming for all the lines and queues is of a boat tour. It even has a defunct ticket booth, expedition supplies such as fruit, Coca-Cola, barrels, crates, and cages scattered about, and a skipper schedule board. Located at the exit is a missing persons and boat board with pun names. Decor also includes camping supplies like canoes, backpacks, fishing traps, wall notices, posters, ropes, as well as a celebration cabinet full of adult beverages. Most of the lines are covered by the dock's roof, with ceiling fans is provided for a cooling breeze and airflow. The flooring looks like faux wood decking, but becomes true wood docking when approaching the boat. There is also a drinking fountain located in the line beneath the beverage cabinet. Ooh, beware of the tarantula in its cage getting ready to be loaded into the cargo hold. Please pay attention to the yellow line and do not cross it until instructed to do so by a cast member, for your safety and theirs. Jungle Cruise has 3 different lines or queues: Lightning Lane, the standby line, and the Handicap accessible line. Guests using mobility devices will need to check in at the Handicap entrance to receive a return time. All members of your party, including adults, teens, and children, will need a return time if riding with somebody using a mobility device. Each member will be required to scan either their Magic Band, a physical ticket, or your app, whatever you use to enter the park. If you are using a DAS pass, please check in with a cast member. We will not be covering DAS passes. This will be left up to those using it in the park. The entrance to all three lines, or the queues, is located at the bottom of a relatively steep slope. Strollers, manual wheelchairs, and ECVs or scooters will need to show caution. Stroller parking is located at the exit of the Swiss Family Treehouse, or there is some more beneath the Jungle Cruise signpost, just past the Tiki Water Play area. You will also find some stroller parking near the ride's exit, which also has benches to provide a place to sit for those not wishing to ride the Jungle Cruise. There is also a water fountain and a coin press. This ride allows electric wheelchairs and scooters, but only one per boat. There is only one or maybe two boats running each day equipped with a wheelchair lift, so depending on where you are in line, you may have a significant wait. Wamba Wanda is one of the boats equipped with a wheelchair lift, allowing for non-transferring guests to ride with the rest of their party. This is the only time they tie the boat to the docks. For those using the wheelchair lift will be assisted and instructed by cast members for loading and unloading, while the rest of their party waits to be loaded. Although manual chairs may require a party member's help, always talk to a cast member. Side note, for those guests that are new to using scooters and ECVs, you might want to practice before coming to the parks. Parks are crowded with excited guests that might stop quickly or cross in front of your scooter, ECV, or wheelchair. Plus, being able to make sharp turns or stop unexpectedly, fit in narrow spaces like doors, it can be a bit challenging. So, it's better to practice before you have to use it in the park. For all others loading into the boat, cast members will hold the boat to the dock while offering assistance for stepping in and out. Be aware of the gap between the boat and the dock when entering and exiting. Please do not step over the center crate. Make sure to walk around the end of the boat. Make sure to wait behind the yellow line until instructed to load. Guests that are hard of hearing or deaf can ask for a book with a standardized script, or you can rent a device at guest services that provides closed captioning. For the visually impaired or blind, this device can also be programmed for an audio description of the ride. Please note, a shortcoming is that not all cast members are aware of the availability of these aids or how they function. Deaf or hard of hearing guests can call or email 2 weeks or more before your visit to check with guest services and ask about an ASL interpreter to schedule a time for their services on your cruise. If you choose to borrow a script, you will return it to the cast member upon leaving the boat. Service animals are allowed on this ride, but will need to remain on the floor of the ride for the entirety of the boat tour. Standing on the boat is prohibited during the ride. You will be instructed to keep your hands, arms, head, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. On occasion, guests have been known to ignore the rules, and the boat will be brought to a stop. This is a water ride. The smells associated with this ride are a treated water smell as well as kind of a musty smell that would be expected in a jungle or a highly plant-populated area. I find the tunnels of the ruins that you go through on the Mekong River have a little bit of a hydraulic smell to them. In the rainforest, you will travel through misty water. You will also have mist fallout from Inspiration Falls as well as Schweitzer's Falls, especially when you do the backside of water. Scenes that should be considered if you have any sensitive members in your party include, but are not limited to, a simulated gunshot, fired by guerrillas playing with a rifle and a pistol in an overrun camp. You might see dynamite scattered on the ground. There is also a circle of life scene where a zebra has fallen prey to a pride of lions. There is an airplane that has wrecked in the jungle, as well as sunken boats and other debris in the water. Not to mention, an unlucky party of people run up a pole at the mercy of a pack of hyenas. The scene is also accompanied by the sound of hyena laughter. You will also see a chimpanzee eating a butterfly. It should be noted that there is extended periods of darkness in the Kamar ruin tunnels where the skipper will stop speaking. The ruins create a dark tunnel that may be eerie to sensitive passengers, especially with the threat of a tiger and cobras being highlighted in the darkness. If for some reason your tour stops, please remain seated and listen to your skipper for further instructions. In rare instances, it may be required that cast members come and pilot the boat physically back to the dock. Do not exit the boat until you are at the dock and cast members give you further instructions. Your patience is appreciated. The nearest restrooms for this ride are located in the breezeway, beside the island supplied by Sunglass Hut between Adventureland and Frontierland. Or, if you're looking for a companion bathroom, it is near the gift shop at the Pirates of the Caribbean. Florida is hot and humid in the summer, but it can also be quite chilly in the winter. Always check forecasted temperatures before coming to the park. Rain in Florida can be anything from a light mist to a torrential downpour. This ride and its lines are outside, so ride availability can be impacted by the weather. Another consequence of being an outside ride is that bugs can be on the boats or around the boats. These might include spiders or spider webs, flies, and bees. Any living creature or animal you see on this ride is actually part of Orlando's native wildlife. Please show care. For a change, try riding the Jungle Cruise after the sun goes down. Although the visuals can be limited by the dark, the spotlighted tour is fun and creates a different experience. In the future, we will be highlighting the Holiday Jingle Cruise. Please subscribe, follow, like, and share, and add a comment. We appreciate you and are happy you are coming to explore with us in Central Florida and beyond. See you real soon.